Hey everyone, this is Missy Hides. I'm so glad you took a few minutes to join us today. We're going to share a really quick training video. Myself and Casey D'Alessio, for those of you that are on her team, really just felt like it was important to start making some training videos. I'm going to fix my hair there. To really just, I know sometimes it can be hard to get on conference calls. We identify that one time you can hear it, but you really want to re-see it again, or just really see how somebody does something. And a lot of times we're visual learners, and so it's helpful to have training videos. So we're going to start incorporating that into our teams and into our business, and we hope that you guys find them beneficial and helpful. So today, really quickly, what I'm going to talk about is expanding your market and learning what zone you want to work in. And you maybe have never thought, like, well, what about zones? What does that look like? But many times we need to understand that there are several different zones to a business, or to your market, actually, is what I wanted to say, and figuring out which one you want to get into and which one is going to help you build a very large business and a large income. So right here you can see on this diagram, there you go, this in the middle is our loved ones. That's represented by the heart. Then those really kind of flow out from there is our friend zone, then the acquaintance zone, and then into the stranger zone. Okay, so you can see that right there. The stranger zone, I very purposefully put dollar signs, because when you become a regional vice president, and then especially as you move into the national vice president level, you are going to have a network. You are going to have a boatload of shoppers, of people consuming the product, and you're also going to have a lot of your team that is building the business with you that you did not know when you started the business. So right now you are not going to be able to list everybody that at one point is going to be in your business. You're going to really want to start moving into that, what's called a stranger zone. And because that's when you really start to build really large networks. It's not so much who you know with network marketing, but it's who you know and who they know. And then it kind of just rolls out from there, like the telephone game. I know for myself, after being with the business for 7 years, that I have a whole slew of consumers, that many of them I have actually never met in person, and many of them I've never even talked to on the phone. But it's, I've got a friend or a cousin that lives in this state, and she introduced the products to a group of people, and then they shared it with a group of people in another state, and they all purchase product through me, and it's all connected to me, and I make a commission off of that, but I don't actually know them. So what we want to show you is you want to really get into this acquaintance zone as quickly as, the stranger and the acquaintance zone as quickly as possible. And a lot of reasons is just to take that pressure off of starting a business like this. We don't want to make relationships uncomfortable with our family and friends. We don't want them to feel like we're dependent on them to make our businesses thriving and growing. We don't want them to be awkward. We don't want people, stop inviting us to things because we've started a business like Arbonne. So you definitely want to share the products. They're fabulous products. It's a fabulous opportunity. You share them with your friends, your family, your sisters, your mom. Tell them about it, but then we're going to move pretty quickly out of that. So what we're going to recommend is, like, your first 2 to 3 parties, you know what, maybe ask a mom, a mother-in-law, a sister-in-law, a best friend, to host a party for you, but then after that, really try to get into this acquaintance zone, and we're going to show you how to do that. The reason is that when you ask acquaintances to host a party for you or a group, they're going to typically invite people that you don't know, that are going to get you right away into that strangers market. Then we're going to teach you how to book out of that booking, and so now you're booking your next set of groups or your next set of parties with strangers. And I have found for myself, and I think Casey would say the same thing, that many times it's more comfortable for us actually to partner with, on the business level, with people we don't really know, and also to have parties, have hosts with people that we don't know. It's a little bit more comfortable than trying to tell your sister or your best friend goals that they should hit, or what you want to see them doing and how they can be successful. So this is just a little activity quickly that I would encourage you to take some time to do, to help you really start to understand who falls into that acquaintance category, who can I start thinking about, because really when we just start making lists of people, many times we just default to the people that first come to mind, and we don't think really outside of that box. So what I'm going to hold up here is just this diagram, and you're in the middle. Now these first several spheres right here, these are all different spheres of your life. So for the most part, everyone's going to have a church or a faith sphere. Everyone's going to have a family sphere. I'm in a mom's group, so that's this group right here, this MOPS group. I've got friends, I've got kiddos, I have a husband. Then we've got the Facebook sphere, which I'll talk about here in just a minute. If you have a full-time job, you can put that down as your, your workplace. If you are like in a yoga club or yoga group, put that down. Just those different specific areas of your life that you're already currently involved in. Then what you're going to do is you're going to branch off of that. So for example, with the kiddos, if your kids are in school, if they're at a preschool, if your kids are in a gymnastics or a swim club, or they play soccer on Saturday mornings, or whatever else your kids may be involved in, those are different categories of your kid's life. And then you can think of parents, moms probably specifically, that you could start to talk to about hosting a party or about the business. Like for example, if your child plays soccer on Saturday mornings, they do that for typically 6 to 8 weeks. You're seeing the parents typically one night a week for practice, and then every Saturday morning for games. Well, you're going to build somewhat of a relationship with those parents, with those moms. They're definitely an acquaintance. And so those are women that you can either talk to on the field and just share with them what you're doing, why you're doing it, how they can help, and offer to come pamper them with some products and get them some free stuff for them and their friends. Or you can give them a call and just say, hey, would you mind giving me your cell phone number quick? There's actually something I wanted to call you about later, but it's real busy right now with the kiddos, so I'll just call you tonight after we put the kids to bed. So you want to just start expanding that. Same thing with like your husband's market. Your husband probably for the most part has a job. He has a boss. Well, that boss probably more than likely is married. Or if it's an older guy, he probably has a daughter, and you maybe have met them at Christmas parties or summer picnics, different things like that. And those would be ladies that you could call and start asking if they would like to host a group for you. Same thing with a husband's best friend, or if he is on a softball team. You know what? Those softball teams, there's probably 10 to 12 guys on there. Most of them are married or have a girlfriend. And you don't really know them all that well, but you know them enough that you could approach them, ask them if they'd like to host for you. They're an acquaintance, and then that will move you into that strangers category very quickly. The last part I want to talk about is the Facebook category. How you want to use that is you want to just go through and identify any status or photo or posting that you've had and that someone has liked in the last 30 days. What that's saying in a social media sense is that they're watching you, they enjoy you, they like what you're doing, and they're open to your life. How we want to use Facebook really is just presenting the lifestyle that Arbonne is offering us, not so much running specials or doing things like that. We went to Punta Cana, and we obviously kept putting pictures up and pictures up and pictures up, and really it was just to paint the lifestyle of what Arbonne offers. It doesn't have to be extreme like that. If you go to the zoo on a Tuesday afternoon, take a picture with you and your kids and just say, I'm so grateful for the time freedom that my Arbonne business affords me. If you get to volunteer somewhere, just share how Arbonne is giving you that time freedom. If you're able to pay down a credit card bill, or if you can pay for your kids' private school, whatever it is, just link up the benefits of Arbonne to your lifestyle and portray that on Facebook. But that's how you want to use that. Then you can call those people that have liked your things. If you don't have their phone number, private message them and say, hey, I wanted to give you a quick call. Would you mind sending me your phone number? I did that with a girl 2 days ago, and she said, sure, and just gave me her phone number. So there's all kinds of ways. So this is really just showing you guys how you can expand your market, expand your network, figuring out what zone you want to be in, and really help you understand that you can start to build a really quickly thriving business that's going to just start to carry a lot of momentum by getting your network expanded probably quicker than you thought you could. So thanks for taking the time to watch. Hope it was helpful. We always love to hear feedback from you guys, and just start implementing this so you can start creating that list of 20 to 30 people so you can get on the phones and start booking a full calendar. Thanks, guys. Bye.